News Corp chief executive Rupert Murdoch has filed for divorce from his wife Wendi Deng, and the news is sure making waves on China's Weibo. China-born Wendi Deng married Murdoch in 1999 despite a 4-decade age gap. Wendi is Murdoch's third wife, and the couple has two girls, Grace and Chloe, who are 11 and 9 years old. Deng, the daughter of a factory director in Guangzhou, China, came to the U.S. in 1988 after working as an interpreter. The Los Angeles couple that she worked for sponsored her to live with them. The husband, however, later divorced his wife in order to marry Deng. After this brief marriage, Deng went on to obtain an MBA from Yale and landed a job at News Corp's Star TV as an intern in 1996. She met Murdoch 2 years later when she was a junior executive who acted as his interpreter during a business trip to China. The pair married shortly after Murdoch divorced his wife of 31 years. To the public, Deng is best known for defending her husband when someone threw a pie plate filled with shaving cream at the media mogul when he was testifying before the British Parliament over News Corp's phone hacking scandal in 2011. Videos soon went viral of Deng jumping to her feet and pushing the pie thrower away from her husband. So then what are Chinese Weibo users talking about the celebrity divorce? Well, let's have a look at some Weibo comments to find out.
I think Wendi deserves at least $1 billion from the divorce. This is a reasonable amount considering all the contributions she's made to News Corp. Even if she gets divorced, she will still be rich and powerful. She's never been a simple and fragile woman. Perhaps she will marry another wealthy man. After all, she is very good in interpersonal relationships. Murdoch is a multi-billionaire, but he has many heirs to his fortune. Rumor is that he will end up giving her $1 billion. Wendi will walk away with only a small portion of his overall wealth. Perhaps Murdoch is trying to protect his wife by divorcing her. Perhaps it says in their prenuptial agreement that she gets no money from the marriage if Murdoch passes away. I remember when Wendi stood up to protect her husband from someone who threw a pie in his face. Many people saw their love as true love. Now it seems that true love breaks apart too. What's wrong with modern society? So many people want to marry rich. They don't care at all about love. They just think that when they get divorced, at least they will walk away with a large amount of money.
The divorce filings come just days before News Corp is set to split into two companies, one holding its television and film assets and the other holding its newspaper and book publishing business. Murdoch will be the chairman of both publicly traded companies. Murdoch and Wendi's two daughters have stakes in the family trust that holds News Corp stock. However, unlike Murdoch's 4 other children from his previous marriages, the two girls do not have voting rights. The family trust holds about 38% of the voting stock in News Corp. Many Chinese net users have pointed out that it's hard for love to survive when so much money and power is involved in a relationship. So now let's take a look at what they have to say.
Wendi and Murdoch did not have a marriage based on love. I think many people feel this way about their union. They are not ordinary people. Wealth eventually becomes a barrier in married life. It overshadows the importance of love. I don't think Wendi Deng married Rupert Murdoch because she fell in love with him. She is a clever woman. She knows what she wants and how to get it. Her life is quite extraordinary, actually. This comes as no surprise to me. I'm used to seeing celebrities put aside age and culture for marriage. Divorce is common in the celebrity world. I just read about Putin's divorce and now Murdoch? I guess it must be the season for divorce. Their love lives show us that power and money certainly does not guarantee lasting love. Actually, I think comparing Putin and Murdoch's divorce puts forward an interesting conclusion. Putin and his wife announced their divorce together on state television, but it is unlikely that Putin will have to give any money to his wife. Murdoch, on the other hand, filed for divorce himself and will likely have to hand over a large sum of money to Wendi. I suspect that Murdoch might have filed for divorce because he was afraid Wendi might affect his business.
Murdoch will be represented by Ira Gar, an attorney who has previously represented Donald Trump's daughter Ivana and Anthony Quinn's wife Yolanda. Deng will be represented by attorney Pamela Sloan, chair of the family law section of the New York State Bar Association. Murdoch's net worth was recently estimated to be about $11.2 billion, putting him in the top 100 of the world's richest people. Now, it is unclear whether or not Murdoch and Deng have a prenuptial agreement.